That's okay. I'll let you off the hook this
It's
time.
cooling down.
Good. Excellent.
So we've been talking about farmers markets. We've been talking about local produce, and we thought, why not throw in the yard sale? Getting out there and going to the yard sale. We know there are many people who are just they're addicted to these things.
It's
they're
all
up at
about
6
the
a.m.
hunt.
on
Honestly.
a Saturday morning, and they want to hit all the yard sales. I know not you in the pretty dress, but some of us really like the yard sales. So let's talk a little bit about shopping tips and then some of your top picks.
My top
that you've
picks.
got.
Know what you're hunting for, and then you're like, ooh, check this out. But there are a couple tips to keep in mind, especially when you're doing the flea market, because that can be really intimidating.
Yeah.
A yard sale is manageable, but if you haven't done a big flea market before, it's very intimidating.
Yeah.
And I brought in items today. I had so much fun shopping for this show because I shop my own house. These are actually items that I have bought over the years and collected, and I basically just collected them because I love them. There's those people out there who are really into collectibles for their value. I don't look at the value unless it's like a really good price, then it draws my attention. But I'm not really into antique collecting. I just buy items that I love for my house. That's my #1 tip, actually, when you're shopping a flea market or a yard sale.
So don't necessarily have that list of I've got to get. It's sort of like when you're dress shopping and you know you need to get that dress
when
that's one shoulder.
When
it's so specific, you never find it.
It's true. You limit yourself from other great options, for sure. So my first tip is take cash. We're not at a state yet where a lot of vendors are taking debit and credit and all those things. So make sure you've got some money and even small change, because that helps when you're bargaining. You know, you shake around the little change jar and start counting your pennies. You know, and with that, barter. Don't be afraid to barter a little bit. But my tip with that is to be polite about it. Obviously, you don't want to completely offend the vendor, because then you're not getting anything. Talk about a deal. You're not getting anything.
Okay.
Shop early for the best selection, or shop late for the best bargain. That's a big, big thing. A lot of people, you'll see them line up in the morning, and if there's something that you've been having you have your eye on, you know you definitely want it, get there early. But shopping a little bit later, same rule applies with the farmers market.
Yes.
You get the better bargains later on in the day.
Absolutely.
But you do have to have a bit of a keen eye. So some of my favorite things that I've picked up over the years, and things that I always look for when I don't know something specific that I'm looking for, but I have sort of categories that I like to shop in. The first is vintage or antique furniture. So I already mentioned I'm not into antiques for their value, but just pieces that I love. So I actually brought a collection at the back there that I think we're going to be able to get some shots of.
Nice.
And there's a petite little chair in there that's one of my favorites. And I also have the before picture. They were actually in pretty decent shape. In the beginning.
We'll get a shot of we'll get a shot of this right now. So this is the before.
These are the befores.
Okay.
And they were in great shape, and that's what's important when you're shopping for furniture. To find something sturdy, but don't look beyond the current condition. Think about the possibilities. So with these, I took these chairs to paint it like new. They sanded them down for me, spray primed them, spray painted them, so it's a good quality finish that's really durable now.
Yes.
And they're just like brand new. And in that beautiful color Rain Dance has really modernized them a bit. And with that chair, the caning on the seat, I have to tell you, I have an addiction to anything caned. Like an absolute addiction. So anybody who's shopping for Christmas, birthday presents, anything with caning is good, works really well for me. The second thing,
do you remember how much you got those chairs for?
I think that they were like $50 a chair. Honestly, bargain.
Wow.
What can I say?
It's, you know, it's a lot of it is about visualizing what this could be once you get the new paint job. And I know Paint It Like New changed all of my nursery furniture as well.
Yeah,
from one child to the next, it's like it looks brand new.
They did.
So it's incredible.
It's a great way when you think of the environment, not wanting to dump stuff out there. Repurposing in our home, and color is the best way to change things, a fresh coat of paint.
Okay, what else did you get out there?
Well, the other thing that I have that ties in with furniture is my crates. Did you notice my little bookshelves back there?
I did, and you know what? They look really nice and rustic. All you did was paint the inside.
I painted the inside, different colors, used little L brackets to hinge them together, and they make a great little bookshelf. And there's one actually on the ground down there that I put on casters, and I use that as a wood box at home for my fireplace. So I can pull it to the back door, load it up with wood, and then bring it back into the family room. So just, and they're actually vintage fruit crates that have the labels right on top still. Meaford fruit growers, all the local Ontario growers, which is nice. It really ties things together and makes it a little bit more personalized.
Okay,
vintage frames. And this is something that a lot of people are on the hunt for, and this is right off of my fireplace mantle, and I have a collection of these just leaning, as well as you can see the collection and the grouping on the wall back there. There's just something so sculptural and simple, but a lot of people are taking them, putting a piece of wood behind, painting it with with chalkboard paint, and it becomes a nice message board.
Oh, cool.
Putting a piece of foam core wrapped in fabric, and it becomes a great little board to tack on jewelry. So you can put in little pins in there and hang necklaces or your jewelry, which is really beautiful, a real showpiece.
You're giving me really good ideas right now.
What can
That's
I
why I'm giving you that look. I
was scared for a minute.
I know.
I'm like, she
it's the jewelry thing. I never know what to do with the jewelry. They're in big clumps sitting in a drawer.
Make it artwork in your home. We own so many beautiful pieces, even if it's not expensive, you know, fun jewelry that we have.
Absolutely.
Hang it up. Add the little bling in your space, for sure.
Very fun.
Mason jars is my next thing.
So these you collect these?
I collect these, and they're, as you can see, very old and vintage. Some of them don't open very well, and I love the ones that say Made in Canada, personally, on them, because you can just imagine the story. People in the kitchen making the jam, buying their jars. I love collections of these, and specifically in really modern spaces where you've got the contemporary bookshelves. It's nice to mix it up with something a little bit dirty and rustic. And when you're shopping flea markets and garage sales, you can't be afraid of the dirt. Let's be honest. And don't dress up. Don't wear the big girl shoes.
You can't wear the pretty dress.
No. Sorry.
See, that's why.
Pull out the farmer's overalls.
That's why her and I don't
day.
go to the flea market.
Well, you want to know something? If you're too well dressed, it's harder to negotiate a good bargain.
Oh, that's true. They'll be like, "You're rich, lady.
Exactly.
Give me the money."
Exactly.
That's very true, actually.
For
Wear
sure.
some dirty overalls.
That's right.
Right? Okay.